Welcome to Cheap Pops.
I'm Dave.
I'm Nick.
And if you've never seen the show before, we talk mainly wrestling, and that's pretty much all we're going to talk about today. I don't think you need to wear the mask through the whole show. Just saying.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know whoever told you that, but they were lying. Before we get into the main stuff I want to talk about, this to me is amazing. In a 1 week span, listen to all the stuff that happened. The GCW event that our logo was on the ring mat for, on the 19th of January. The same day, the TNA Genesis pay-per-view. The next day, the 20th, Raw on Netflix. The 21st, NXT. The 22nd, AEW Dynamite. The 23rd, the 100th episode of Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Also on the 23rd, TNA Impact. On the 25th, SmackDown. 25th, also Collision. 24th SmackDown, the 25th Collision, and the 25th Saturday Night's Live main event. All of those events happened within a 1 week period. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How can you not be satisfied as a wrestling fan at that point? That's crazy. So, did you get a chance to watch any of the GCW show?
I did not. I couldn't get it to work.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
It was the People vs. GCW on January 19th. Our logo, that logo, was on the ring mat. You couldn't always see it really clearly because of the way the camera was, but there was a few points where you could actually see the logo pretty good, so I'm happy about that. The pre-show, the first match was a scramble. Mr. Danger, Marcus Mathers, Fuego del Sol, who used to be in AEW, Rich Swann, who used to be in TNA, Blake Christian, and Manders. It was a crazy high spot match, and Manders won. I mean, it's a 6-man. I mean, it's crazy.
Your favorite 6-man?
Yeah. And then the other one was a kickoff rumble. They had guys from JCW, Too Tough Tony, Violent J came out. Brooke Havoc, who we've seen on one of the Deathmatch DVDs.
That was awesome knowing that Violent J was on.
Yeah, that was really cool. PCO won, and then PCO took the Digital Media Championship from TNA and broke it in the middle of the ring. He didn't do it very well. He took a few swipes with the sledgehammer and didn't hit it right, and he just kept hitting the chair with the sledgehammer and bending the chair, so that was kind of funny, but they had another Digital Media Championship on the next Impact taping, so it just, and then they did a DLC match. Do you know what DLC stands for?
I do not.
Doors, Ladders, and Chairs.
Ooh.
It was a unification for the Ultra Violent title and the Extreme title. Drew Parker, Dr. Redacted, who we saw on that DVD. Rina Yamashita. Matthew Justice, Cyclope of WCW fame.
Ooh.
John Wayne Murdoch, Brandon Kirk, Maki Ito. If you don't know who Maki Ito is, Google her. She's hilarious. Matt Tremont. Cool opening video. They actually played Sinatra, which I can't believe they got away with, because they didn't pay for the rights to play Sinatra at the opening of that. The wrestlers were all dressed like convicts in the opening video. Maki Ito did the Terry Funk spin with the ladder over her head. That was pretty cool. Crazy bumps through ladders. Matt Tremont won, and he became the Unified Champion. They did a really good video for Effie versus Allie Katch. The winner would get to wrestle Mance Warner for the GCW title later on. The problem was Allie Katch broke her leg 2 minutes into the match, and they had to take her out with an ambulance, and with it being in New York State, you can't keep the show going without another ambulance there, so they had to kind of just mill around and, cut promos and stuff until they could actually get another ambulance there, which sucked. But what are you going to do? I mean, that's
right.
The New York State Commission, that's all just a money-making scheme. That's all ridiculous. An athletic commission for a scripted show. They don't do that for, you know, the Broadway shows that are down in New York City. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dumb. But they had the Real Effin' Pros versus the New York City OGs. One of the Real Effin' Pros was Kerry Morton, the son of Ricky Morton.
Ooh.
The New York City OGs was Homicide, Amazing Red, and I can't think of who the other one was. That's why I put State Athletic Commission as a scam. Kerry Morton's great on the mic. Thought it was a good match. Ricky Morton stopped Kerry Morton from using a fork, and the New York OGs got the win. I'm not going to go... I didn't write down all these, you know, all the stuff. For the tag titles, the Garbage Daddies versus Violence is Forever. I wasn't impressed with anybody in that match. The Garbage Daddies were the new champs.
Were they garbage?
They were pretty much garbage. Charles Mason against Richard Holiday in a cage match. Mason did a crazy elbow drop off the top of the cage. Interference from Pero and Slade. I have no idea who they are. Mason chokes out Holiday with a chain and gets the win. Sidney Akeem, who was formerly Reggie in WWE, the really acrobatic guy, against El Hijo del Vikingo. Vikingo did a destroyer off the ring post onto the ring apron. It was pretty sick. Akeem recovered quick and won the match. Not as many high spots as I expected, especially with Vikingo being in there. If you know him, that's all he pretty much does. This match, you've got to see this at some point. Tajiri, Little Guido, and Super Crazy against Los Desperados, Ares, Gringo Loco, and Jack Cartwheel.
Ooh.
Tajiri with gray hair just looks weird.
Right.
It really does look weird. Classic ECW wrestling from the Legends. Super Crazy did a moonsault from the balcony. Tajiri missed the ref, and Ares had missed on Tajiri, and Los Desperados got the win. This match, I pretty much fast-forwarded through. It's a blood sport match. Josh Barnett versus Tom Pestock. If you don't know who Tom Pestock is, formerly Baron Corbin, and now he's using a different name on the indies. It's no rules, or no ropes. It's pretty much MMA rules, really. I don't really care about this match. I don't really care for MMA matches.
Oh, so it's almost like an underground match. Speaking of underground,
yeah,
they might be adding that to WWE 2K25.
I did see that. That's pretty cool. Barnett won with a heel hook. I put for this next match really good videos all night long. They had really good music with them. Megan Bain versus Atticus Cogar. Otis Cogar and Sawyer Wreck got involved. Megan Bain won with a tombstone. We've seen Megan Bain before. We saw her wrestle Deonna Purrazzo in the main event of a indie show, which was really good. She has just signed with AEW, so that should be good.
And you know what sucks? Is that crowd that night was...
Yeah, they didn't give that match its due. Like they were silent through the whole match.
Yep,
That was a really good match with
and heckling.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No.
That whole show wasn't good, to be honest, with the way the crowd was.
I think that was the crowd that. No, that wasn't the night that the security guard got punched.
No, it wasn't. The next match was Joey Janela against Masato Tanaka. Masato Tanaka looks pretty good for 51 years old.
Yeah.
Tanaka did a splash off the top rope through a table on the floor. Janela did a power bomb on Tanaka through a table on the floor. There was a superplex through 4 chairs by Janela, and Joey Janela won with a package pile driver on the chair. So
Nice.
I don't know how they got away with using WWE-owned footage of Sabu. I think that's pretty ballsy.
Ooh.
But Sabu comes out, and Sabu's going to have a retirement match at Joey Janela's spring break against Joey Janela, so that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Downstate sang Matt Cardona to the ring, and I didn't know Matt Cardona is the GCW GM, against a mystery opponent, Tommy Invincible. I put Invincible sucks. Cardona wins. He wants more. Out comes Microman, a midget. Cardona won after giving the midget a low blow. And Jimmy Lloyd, who accompanied Cardona, turned on him and defeated him. So that was interesting. The main event, the GCW title, FE versus Mance Warner. Mance Warner is the champion. Cole Roderick helped FE won. Event was okay. There was some good matches, but I don't think it was a good main event. But they were scrambling as well because of the injury and all that stuff, and they had makeup time and all that. Mance Warner just debuted in TNA, so that's going to be interesting. So what did you think about Pentagon's debut in WWE?
He was very fucking nervous. You could tell. But it was really good.
It was. I thought it was really good. They're building him up big. His first match was against Chad Gable. His second match was against Pete Dunne. And his third match, which happened yesterday, was against Ludwig Kaiser. They're putting him in with guys that can make him look good, he is a star. They're making him to be a huge star. So I think that's really good. They need luchadors that can cross over. Like Dragon Lee's not going to really be that kind of guy, so... And I'm glad they didn't put him in the LWO and just, put him in a group, because I don't think they need to do that either.
If Vince was still around, put him in the LWO.
If Vince was still around, they never would have signed him.
No, they probably would have, but Lucha House Party would still be around.
I don't think he would. I think that's one guy that Vince wouldn't sign. I love the look of Raw on Netflix, the camera angles, all the stuff that they're doing with drones and all that.
I love the look of the new mat.
Yeah, I like having the advertisements on the ring mat and all that stuff.
I love the fact that they actually put in the middle WWE.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So I gotta say though, AEW is going downhill and downhill quick. All this stuff with Jon Moxley and the Death Riders, and I like that Jeff Jarrett is kind of getting a push, and MJF is still good, and you got Adam Cole with the Undisputed Kingdom, but it's not good.
It's almost like WCW.
It really is. I like some stuff, but a lot of the stuff is just bad, and I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. So, I'm going to do, since it's Royal Rumble time, and we're going to be talking about the Royal Rumble. Actually, before I do that, is there any video game news, any DLCs or anything that's coming out?
Nothing that I heard yet.
Anything about the new game, though?
Other than the price tag. $140 for the Bloodline edition. And it looks like that you might be following the whole entire Bloodline thing.
That could be cool.
Right.
So that's, I'll probably get it when it comes out, 2K25, because I do need a wrestling game. But, let's see. So since it's Royal Rumble time, I got a little Royal Rumble trivia for you. 4-time Intercontinental Champion. He wrestled at 4 consecutive Royal Rumbles, but was never in the Royal Rumble match.
Jeff Jarrett. Or it was Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon. The first year, 1993, he wrestled Bret Hart in for the world title. Then the next 3 Rumbles, he defended the Intercontinental title. Who's the only 3-time winner of the Rumble?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There you go. What tag team in 1989 drew number 1 and number 2?
Your favorite tag team, the Team Demolition.
Yes, Demolition. Who was the first woman to enter the Royal Rumble?
Chyna.
Yep. Who was the first wrestler to enter number 1 and win it?
Rey Mysterio. No, Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels was the first. I already opened this. I don't know if you already opened yours.
Oh, I already did.
This was not a great box.
No.
But I did like some of the stuff in it.
Not so happy about the Roddy Piper shirt.
Yeah, the color on it's kind of weird, but
I mean, if you bleach it, you can turn it white.
yeah, it's kind of a weird. Some of them, they seem like they don't know what they're doing with them, or they're just.
This one I am happy about. I'm happy to have a proper Kenny Omega shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I like this one. Well, it's like an 8-bit kind of, for the lettering and stuff, and, I like that, All right, I'm going to take off the Ula Fala. Speaking of which, open that.
Do I get an Ula Fala?
And they weren't cheap, I'll tell you that much.
I do! Acknowledge me.
This pissed me off. It's a little bracelet with PWT for Pro Wrestling Tees. I had to actually, somebody told me what this was supposed to be. This is like
The
a
CM
knockoff of the CM Punk bracelet. But who's going to wear this?
Right.
I'm not going to wear this and represent Pro Wrestling Tees at a show. That's just stupid. Especially when you're only getting them every other month now. I thought that was dumb.
Right.
The Micro Brawlers I really liked. The Repo Man and the Godfather.
Yes.
And an Outrunners
That is actually
bandana.
cool.
A little Orange Cassidy sticker. And the autograph. I don't even remember who the autograph was. I really don't remember who the autograph was. Oh, it's Snitsky.
And
But it wasn't my fault. That's
you forgot something.
and the Ricochet pin.
Should be toilet paper around it.
Yeah. I thought it was an okay box. I mean, the bracelet kind of knocked it down for me. But wait, what are you gonna do?
Here's your pen.
Thank you. Everybody on the table, well, aside from Penta, but everybody on the table was a Royal Rumble winner.
Or had to do with Royal Rumble because Big John Studd, I don't think, won it.
Yes, he did. He won
did?
the 1989 Rumble.
Oh, yeah. Because I know Hacksaw was the first one.
Yep. Want to say get well to J.D. McDonough. He took a really bad bump
yes,
against
he
the new reinforced announce table and cracked a couple ribs and punctured a lung. So he's going to be out for a few months. That sucks because he might miss WrestleMania.
And he was going pretty damn good.
He was. He finished the match too, which is just crazy with cracked ribs and a punctured lung. I've bruised ribs before, and I can't imagine cracking ribs because bruised ribs I could barely breathe. So.
And Triple H wanted to stop the match early.
Yeah. So what do you remember what you picked for your Knicks picks this time?
Royal Rumble 2000.
Why'd you pick that one?
Bang bang! Cactus Jack.
Yeah, that was a really good match. I gotta say, all in all.
Plus, I wanted to compare 25 years ago to now.
Right.
Especially where the women have come from there to now.
There was only one match I really didn't care about. That was Chris Jericho against China against Hardcore Holly for the Intercontinental title. But, I mean, the opening match is Kurt Angle and his mystery opponent is Taz. The debut of Taz. The crowd went crazy when Taz came out.
And they all knew who it was.
Yeah, and it was a good match, and Taz choked out, Kurt Angle, and, it was Kurt Angle's first loss. And then you had the first ever tables match with the Hardys and the Dudleys. Just, how do you get better than that, And then they did the Miss Rumble 2000, contest where the women were wearing bikinis and the cat won with a bubble, Mae Young won.
After she showed.
Yeah, it was prosthetics, but it was still gross.
Oh.
But the cat had a bubble wrap bikini, which was pretty funny. And then it was Jericho against China against Hardcore Holly for the Intercontinental title. New Age Outlaws against the Acolytes for the tag titles. I thought that was a good match. But talk about the Cactus Jack Triple H street fight. What do you remember most about that one?
Oh, the barbed wire 2x4.
Yeah, I mean, they had one that looked really good, and then they had one crappy one. The good one they hid underneath the announce table.
Yes.
But I mean, Triple H punctured his leg on a pallet on
Yes.
the backdrop.
And kudos for him for continuing that match with a punctured fucking calf.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. It was really, really good. I mean, this was, Kevin Dunn didn't think that people would know who Cactus Jack was, and the crowd in New York City loved Cactus Jack. So I thought it was really good. And then
Kevin Dunn don't know his ass from a hole in the
that's
ground.
true.
So.
He's not around anymore, so I don't care
Thank
about him. The Royal Rumble match, I mean, you knew The Rock was going to win.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, if you weren't a fan if you didn't know The Rock was going to win this Royal Rumble.
Wait a minute, do we got a Rock action figure?
I don't know. I might have one somewhere, but I'm not really that worried about it.
Neither am I.
The one thing is when we met X-Pac, we told X-Pac that he was number 30.
Oh my God, we confused the fuck out of him.
Confused the hell out of him, so...
Wait, I was number 30? Yes, you were fucking number 30.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, they had Rikishi come out, and then, Grandmaster Sexay was out, and then Rikishi came out, and then Scotty 2 Hotty came out, and they danced in the middle of the ring, and then Rikishi eliminated both members of Too Cool. So it was during the tail end of the Attitude Era, because I don't consider 2001 the Attitude Era anymore. Once the invasion started, to me, that's not the Attitude Era anymore.
No,
that was the start of the ruthless aggression, because you just had so many people on the roster at that point. But all in all, I thought it was a good Royal Rumble. I mean, it was a good pick of yours. So, did you watch this year's Royal Rumble though?
Bits and pieces.
You suck. You know that? I watched the whole thing, and you just watched bits and pieces. So what did you actually watch?
The Cody Rhodes ladder match, and the men's Rumble, and not much of the tag match, and a little bit of the fucking women's Royal Rumble. But I was happy about the one entrance, and I was so happy when you... Joe Hendry!
Yeah, Joe, yeah, we'll talk about that. Stephanie McMahon came out and did a pump up, to pump up the crowd. She's trying way too hard to be Vince McMahon with the guttural yell and all that stuff, and just being over the top. I don't understand. Another thing is we're seeing way too much of Pat McAfee. I know that it was in Indianapolis and he played for the Colts, but Pat McAfee is on the show way too much. And they even did a little bit of Bad News Barrett. He said, I got some bad news for you, which I thought was cool. The Women's Rumble was first. Io Sky was number 1. Liv Morgan was number 2. I love the stats on the bottom of the screen. With, who was coming out and what number they were on. And,
I noticed that, and I really do like that.
And they had a ticker for some of the participants of how long they had been in the ring, stuff like that. And it really, they would say what entrant was next, which I really liked. It felt like it kept it moving.
Yeah.
It was every 2 minutes, but it felt like it kept it moving because you had all this information and all that
it
stuff.
felt like an actual sporting event.
It really did, yeah. The stuff that they're doing is really good. Lyra Valkyria had a wardrobe malfunction. The strap to her top, came off, and she had a bra on too. So, but at one point, when she was trying to fix it, it fell down again. And Liv Morgan, good on her. She pushed, or I think she kicked Lyra Valkyria in the back, and she fell into the corner. And she was able to get it fixed, so that's pretty cool. The crowd went crazy for Alexa Bliss at number 21. They really liked Stephanie Vacour from NXT coming out at 24. Trish came out, and she was old school Trish. She had the push-up bra, and they were about ready to pop out. Charlotte Flair at number 27, just horrible. I have to put at least Nia Jax didn't win. Nikki Bella came out at number 30, and Charlotte won. It's ridiculous. Now it's going to be her and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and that match is going to suck, and it's not because of Rhea Ripley. The next match was 2 out of 3 falls. The Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY for the tag titles.
I think I chose DIY, right?
I think you did. I don't remember. DIY won the first fall with kind of like a misdirection, making Shelley think that Gargano had tagged when he really hadn't. Skull and Bones by the Motor City Machine Guns gets the second fall. And I was thinking to myself, what happened to Prime being on the ring mat?
Right.
I don't know if that was just a one-year deal where, you know, it was only for 2024, but the Prime logo's not on the ring mat anymore, and they don't have the drink station now like they used to. So
I'm happy about that.
yeah, the less Logan Paul has the stupid shit going on. I mean,
Yes.
his matches are good, but some of the outside stuff is just retarded.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started on fucking Speed.
Yeah, so the Street Profits interfered, and DIY retained by winning the third fall. And then they played a bunch of video packages of Pat McAfee's football career. I'm there to watch wrestling, and if Pat McAfee was actually gonna be wrestling, that's one thing.
Yeah.
When they showed highlights of Ron Simmons' football career, it was because he was gonna wrestle that night. And I get it, Pat McAfee has wrestled, but just because you're in Indianapolis, I don't want to see anything about Pat McAfee's football career. That's just stupid. To me, anyways. But to me, the match of the night, the ladder match for the WWE title, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, the WWE title and the Winged Eagle title, both hanging above the ring. Oh, speaking of which,
Yes.
this is bootleg as fuck.
But you don't fucking care.
It came from Pakistan, but I don't care. It's a Winged Eagle belt with the WWF logo on it. I have wanted one of these ever since I first saw wrestling as a kid because this is the first belt I ever saw. I love this. I don't care that the leather is like kind of off in certain spots. It's not like uniform. I love this belt, and I will always love this belt. And before,
Ooh, yeah.
this thing is crazy. I have Slim Jim tins, Macho Man, this tins. I've wanted one of these displays, from, store counters for a long time. This is the 2021 Slim Jim Collector Series. This thing is huge. I was not expecting it to be this big.
Neither was I.
I mean, feel the weight of that thing.
fuck yes. And ooh, wood and
Yeah, some of it's plastic, some of it's wood, but
you got stickers on it. That's
yeah,
too bad.
yeah. So I love this. This is gonna go with my other ones, and
We gotta get the giant Slim Jims to go in it.
Yeah, I have an Edge tin as well when he did the Slim Jim commercials. But where were we? Oh, crazy high spots in the ladder match. There was a Fisherman Buster through the ladder that looked gnarly, but the Alabama Slam by Cody off the announce table through the ladder on Owens was
Let's not forget the backdrop
what
on the top of the ladder. And I mean the corner of the ladder.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah. That was really bad, too. The Alabama Slam, it just folded Kevin Owens up, and everybody thought that his neck was broken. But, I mean, it looked bad, but, if it really was, they would have stopped the show. I mean, if he was really that hurt that badly, I mean, they would have brought the EMTs out, They wouldn't have just had the regular medical staff. They would have brought the EMTs out for that. So Cody retains the title, and he held both titles up. But the look he had on his face, he was almost kind of heel. You know what I mean? Like his attitude kind of lately has been. And I mean,
please give us heel, Cody.
But then later on in the night after the show, Cena kind of cut a promo that was kind of like a heel. So it's really weird the way they're doing things now. And then, of course, the Men's Rumble was the main event. Rey Mysterio, number 1, and Penta, number 2. They're treating Penta like such a huge star.
Yes.
Akira Tozawa got attacked, and this, I don't know if he's an influencer or, a YouTuber or whatever.
Oh, he's nothing but a dumbass.
Something Speed. He came out at number 8. Best part about it, Braun Breaker cut him in half with a spear.
Fuck yes.
He speared the shit out of him. And then
he fucking throws it over the top rope, and he took a...
Yeah, he took a huge bump over the table.
Otis, I fucking love you for the toss.
Yeah, Otis is great. Number 12, Jacob Fatu. He did a double Samoan drop on Ray and Penta. And then he did a stare down with Braun Breaker. He caught Miz in a Samoan drop off a springboard. That was crazy. And then, of course, number 15...
Joe Hendry!
I believe in Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion. That was really cool. The crowd went nuts. Roman Reigns comes out at number 16. And after a little bit, Roman Reigns eliminated Joe Hendry. I didn't expect Joe Hendry to win the title, or win the Royal Rumble, but it was really cool.
That would have been awesome if they actually would have these TNA superstars come in and actually win.
Yeah, I mean, the only place they'll win is NXT. They won't have them do it on the main roster. But Braun Breaker speared the hell out of Roman Reigns. AJ Styles returned at number 21 with his old music. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Braun Strowman eliminated Fatu.
And he don't look too buff now.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like old AJ Styles a little bit.
Yep. Cena came out at 23, Punk came out at 24, and Seth Rollins came out at 25. Logan Paul was number 30.
Logan Paul can go fuck off.
Yeah, the final 6 were Logan Paul, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Seth Rollins.
And they all beat the shit out of fucking Logan Paul. They all ganged up on him.
Yep. Punk eliminated both Roman and Rollins at once, and then Logan Paul eliminated Punk. Rollins stomped Roman on the floor and then on the ring steps.
After flipping off Paul Heyman.
Yep. And Punk and Rollins fought again. The final 2 were Jey Uso and John Cena. I think this, and Jey Uso won. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble after eliminating John Cena.
John Cena?
Yeah. I think this Royal Rumble was done about as perfectly as you could do. There were stories all throughout it. I mean, Jacob Fatu looking strong. Braun Breaker looking strong. You had all the stuff with Punk and Rollins and Roman Reigns, and it just built and built and built.
You know what would be awesome if they're building to a match for Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for WrestleMania.
That's the thing, is there's so many possibilities. You don't know
Yes.
really where they're going to... I mean, it looks like it's going to be Jey Uso against Gunther, and you know, the Elimination Chamber will be the number 1 contender for the other title. So I'm hoping CM Punk wins that.
Yes.
You know, but then again, if it's Cody, is it going to be a heel CM Punk against Cody? Is Cody going to turn heel? Who's Cena going to wrestle? Is Cena going to win the Elimination Chamber? I don't think he is. But it's just, there's so many possibilities, so many things they can do. There's possible stories weaving in and out of everything that they're doing now.
Yes.
It's really crazy.
It feels like almost everybody on the roster has a storyline again.
Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit better booking than when Vince Russo was doing stuff in WCW.
Yes.
It really is a great time to be a wrestling fan. As much as I don't like a lot of the stuff in AEW, I'm always going to watch AEW because there are a lot of things I do like. I mean, the Timeless Tony Storm stuff is good. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, but...
Speaking of Tony Storm, have you seen her new action figure yet?
No, I have not.
It is in black and white.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's the thing, is they're releasing so many action figures between Mattel and what AEW releases.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up, people.
Yeah, it really is. I think I asked you if you could do the one in April, but there's a couple of events that I'm going to at least do a table at one of them. But we are going to do a table. You're going to be there, and your girlfriend and your brother Billy.
Yep.
Immortal Championship Wrestling on February 22nd. Immortal Kombat 6 in St. Johnsville, New York. Ron Simmons has been announced. The doors open at 6 o'clock. You can get information at immortalwrestling.com. We're going to have a table there. We're going to be, handing out our business cards.
It'll be at the 21st of this month?
22nd.
22nd.
22nd. So we'll be, handing out stuff. We'll be having a good time trying to get the word out about the show. And then on April 11th at Cat's Fry Shack in Bristol, Connecticut, CWF Ladder for the Gold. If he can't go, I'm still going, and I'm going to have our table there. And my buddy Bull Dread is going to be wrestling on that show. So that'll be...
When is that?
April 11th. I think that was one you said you couldn't do, but we want to do more events, and we will be doing the Wrestling Classic this year as well in June, I believe. I forgot to write that down. And Mick Foley and JBL have been announced as well.
Yeah, because I got to work that day.
Yeah, so it'll probably be just me unless he can change things. We love doing these events. We love having our tables at these events. We give out free packs of trading cards. We hand out our business cards. We're just doing it to get word out about the show. Other than that, you got anything else? Because I really don't.
Aw, you know what I forgot to do?
We'll have more Nick's picks next time.
Yes.
I forgot about your sign. What about the action figure that I grabbed for you? The Hurricane, the old school Hurricane with the painted face. I really like that one. I got me one, and I already opened it up. So
yes. I love the find. You already showed them off, but I found them. Kurt Hennig and a Big Boss Man.
Yeah, the Monday Night War figures. Kurt Hennig comes with the West Texas Rednecks hat and a guitar and stuff, and Boss Man has the nightstick and the flak jacket and all that stuff. I try not to buy action figures, but they come out with so many good ones. I can't.
Yes, especially like that fake Diesel one.
Yeah, with Glenn Jacobs as the fake Diesel. Yeah, that's pretty. And Mattel's been really good about that, coming out with obscure stuff that I really enjoy.
Like that Jim the Anvil Neidhart one I found for you.
Yeah, where he has the Who mask too. And it's the Jim the Anvil Neidhart with the new foundation when he was with Owen Hart. It's just the stuff that they're doing is really great, and I'm just gonna keep buying if I see ones that I like. So. Maybe they could slow down a little bit, but, whatever. I'm sure we'll talk more Raw on Netflix. We'll talk SmackDown. We'll talk, any pay-per-views that happen. I don't know if we'll record again before Elimination Chamber, but also AEW has their event in Australia coming out. So that's not going to be a pay-per-view, so we could probably stream it on Max and watch it.
Yeah.
But... cheappumps.redbubble.com for merchandise.
Merchandising.
We have this logo. We have other logos that are really fun.
We even have the Nick's Picks logo.
Yep. cheappompshow.com and at Cheap Pop Show on social media. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Like, comment, subscribe. Help out the show. Get the word out. Tell people you like the show. Tell people you hate the show. I really don't care. But we have fun doing this, and we're going to keep doing it. Yeah, so thank you very much for checking out the show.
Pop Guys out.